Hey everybody, it's Vita here. Oh my gosh, it has been like probably 2 months. I can't remember. I think the last time I did a YouTube video was October 3rd or something like that. Anyway, hi, I am doing amazing. Can you tell by my rosy cheeks? I'm up at Cody, which is 2 kilometers from Sandon. And we're on the sled up here. We went up here to check the intakes, as well as go and do some shoveling on some of the old historic buildings. And for me to actually play in the snow. Got to head back to work tomorrow to Nelson. So things have changed over the last few months since I've last chatted with everybody. I am 138 days sober. Haven't had any alcohol and I feel fantastic. And I'm super, super grateful that things, despite things that happen, I'm grateful that they happened the way they did, because I needed something to slap me in the face hard. But I wanted to share something with you. This is actually a very magical space where I'm at. So the night of July 30th, when I friggin' just broke down, and I got so drunk, like a bottle and a half of 26er of Appleton's rum, spiked with apple cider, and who knows what else I was drinking that night. And I just was so drunk. After everything was said and done, I came up to this space here and I cried and I surrendered. And the night, there is this, I'm going to take you on a little walk here. Hopefully I don't slip in the snow. It's just gorgeous, you guys. Like, look at it. Oh, this is heaven for me. There's the sled. Anyway, I'm going to show you one of the most remarkable things that have ever happened. This is my spirit tree. I'm just trying to not lose my balance and make this all... can we see her? Yeah, probably have to go down here a bit. Got Hal in the background shoveling off the thing. Okay, so behind me, this beautiful 18-foot circumference cedar tree we've named her the Vita tree, and that's my spirit tree. That tree, I came down and I surrendered that night, and I said, help me. I can't continue going on like this, and this is the spot that night. So this space is very sacred to me, for numerous reasons, and I haven't been back here since that night, so 139 days ago. So anyway, what's been going on? Okay, so I'm only working at the wholesale club right now. I'm gonna try to get back up on the sled without slipping. I'm only working at the wholesale club at the present time. I'm there Sunday to Wednesdays, and then I come up to Sandon on the rest of the week. I love it up here. Hal and I are doing amazing. He has been a huge support of my sobriety. We're both growing together. We're both learning a lot from each other in a totally different, more respectful way. Don't get me wrong, I still have my defaults of character that I have to work on, but I'm not isolating myself. I'm not turning to the bottle to deal with my problems. I'm facing any issues that I have, which is remarkably, there hasn't really been any. And oh, by the way, update, the charges against me have been stayed, so basically dismissed. So I believe I still have to appear in court on January 25th. But other than that, that's pretty much it. And, I'm a believer that things happen in life for a reason. And whatever the reason was that night for me to lose my shit, it was actually the entire week, but that night was kind of the pushing point. It was either that or I was going to drive off a cliff. And I'm really glad that didn't happen. So I definitely have something greater than me out there that's just guiding me through this universe, and really wants me to succeed in life. And yeah, it's just so nice to be so much more spiritually connected to the world that I live in, and to the people around me. And I've had some amazing friends that I've met. The fellowship here in Kootenays is absolutely amazing. Highly recommend if you're struggling with addictions, alcohol or any addiction, get help, and that try not to reach rock bottom. I want to share my story because it's, really, really important for people to realize that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, like literally. Yeah, it's just wonderful. I hope everybody's doing okay. The COVID thing, I think, is still quite drastic, and not for a lot of people. I don't really pay too much attention to it, and it's not out of ignorance; it's out of choice. When you focus your energies on something, and that it seems to manifest, good or bad, and I just go about my day, and I am truly, truly grateful for the opportunity. Like where I live, there's nobody here other than Helen and I. Like there's nobody here. I got the sound of the creek. The snow is coming down. I'm surrounded by these amazing cedar trees, fir trees, like it's just like spruce trees, you name it. Like this is like paradise up here. And I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. Some people don't like it or whatever, right? Some people are city people, and for each their own, if that makes you happy. But this is my happy, this right here. And to be here sober is just, yeah. Hal's noticed, so things that have changed, that I've noticed that have changed, and then people close to me that notice that have changed. One is I'm not as agitated as I used to. I had a very, very, very short fuse. My previous employees could vouch for that, as well as those close to me. Anything that pissed me off, it set me off like right away. Not a good combination, especially if you're an alcoholic. I'm not as agitated. Now, don't get me wrong, I have had my moments over the last, here and there, but they're not as pronounced as they used to be, that I've noticed. Hal's noticed that I'm a lot more calmer. I'm embracing life so much more. Like I'm just enjoying it more, and I enjoy, even in my, like I wasn't a bottom out drunk, I just, all I did was just hover in bed and get drunk and blah, blah, blah. That's not what I was like. I still went out and did stuff. I still loved the snow. I still loved sledding. I still loved snowshoeing. I still loved doing stuff. But I felt I just couldn't do it without the alcohol. And to be doing it sober today is a totally different experience. It's just like a whole new life. It's a whole new life. So, yeah. Anyway, I want to thank everybody. If you guys, many people have actually reached out to me privately to ask how I'm doing, and I really, really appreciate that. I am sorry that I don't really return that as much. I've been staying off social media, and the best thing ever is to be off social media. I am very grateful to not be addicted and reliant on it anymore. I know Hal's really wanted me to get back on the Sun and BC page, and I'm very hesitant about doing it. But I have a new outlook now on things, and I'm not letting things irritate me as much. I'm not taking things as personally. It's not all about me. And everybody's got their shit that they're dealing with. But for me, it's definitely, it's just peaceful. It's very peaceful, and loving it. Yeah, so, seriously, what more can you ask for? This is absolutely stunning. Yeah, so that takes us back out up to Carpenter Creek and on our way back up to Sandon. And yeah, that's just amazing. Oh, this section over here, where am I here? Over on this area here is called the Freddie Lee Slide. And that's an avalanche, and that slide comes down every year. And it could come down any time. Actually, avalanches are running quite early this year, surprisingly. There's an avalanche. The Noble 5 ran down a couple weeks ago, and so we're quite careful when we go past. There's a couple other avalanche chutes as we're heading back to Sandon. So we just stop before we get to it, make sure that there's no cloud of snow, and then we just go for it. So yeah, anyway, thanks everybody. Thanks for being part of my sobriety. And for those of you struggling with addiction, please get help. It's worth it. And I'm hoping that my story can help you. Oh, and people have been asking me too about the car thing. Yes and no. I still have my car set up. I still stay in my car when the temperature is no less than -3. -3 is kind of my max point. My friend Diane and Nelson, and I've offered to pay her per night that I stay. So she has offered one of her rooms so that I can stay in there while I'm in Nelson. So my vehicle is still part-time. I still have it ready, and I actually do miss it because it's my little space, and I have it really cutely set up. And yeah, I do miss staying in my vehicle, but not when it's less than -3. When it gets to -4, I'm good. I want warmth. And yeah, anyway, but I still have plans to do the ambulance. But now I'm just kind of like, do I want to invest more into sand? And you know, like I got a second opportunity. I almost lost that opportunity to be back here and run my bistro, which by the way, the bistro is a dream of mine. Like it's something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I loved bistro. Don't like the extra work, but now that I have a different state of mind and a different outlook on things, I think running the bistro is going to be a lot more, it's going to be a lot more relaxing for me, and I'll have a lot more boundaries set for myself in terms of that, and not stressing myself out as much and taking days off. And that's one thing I had shared with Hal. I said, you know, one of the biggest stresses for me here, not just was the issues with the bullying and the harassment and the vandalism and theft, but was the constantly working and no play. And I don't want to live my life like that. And I vouch to have fun and do it. And I also want to be part of service as well. That's a huge thing for me too. I want to help other people. And right now, this is the only way that I feel like I can do it. It's really hard to volunteer right now. I've reached out to a couple organizations in the Kootenays with regards to volunteering, but the problem for me is, and I'm going to share this with everybody, I'm not vaccinated, and I'm not planning on getting vaccinated. And I have my personal reasons for it. It's not that I'm anti-vaxxer or it's any conspiracy. I just have my reasons for it, and they're my reasons only. I take care of myself. I have my own arsenal of stuff that I know that it will help me should I do get sick. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't trust allopathic medicine. I just don't trust it. I think it's quite corrupt, and I just can't. I don't trust it, and I don't think I'll ever trust it. I've been in holistic nutrition for a very, very long time, and I've seen some miracles happen through holistic nutrition that I have not seen through allopathic. And so I have personal experience and that with holistic nutrition and medicine than I do with allopathic. So I've seen what allopathic has done to many people, and I'm not saying it hasn't saved lives. I'm not saying it hasn't, but I do know that it has destroyed a lot of lives as well, especially through opioid addiction and stuff like that. Anyway, so it's hard for me to volunteer because I choose not to vaccinate, and so I still pick up garbage. I still do stuff like that. I do things that I know that I can do of being of service, and that makes me feel really good about myself. I thought about maybe doing meals for seniors. It's an option as well. I know I'm going to be putting on an invite for Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner, which is coming up. Happy holidays to everybody. Whether you celebrate or not, it is the holiday season. I was busy in the Sandon kitchen making my famous truffles, as well as coconut macaroons and a few other yummy treats. And Hal really wanted some gingerbread men, so we made that yesterday. So when we get back into Sandon this afternoon, we're gonna ice them up and get those all yummy and good for him. So he has some treats while I'm gone. Okay, guys, I think I've talked long enough. And any questions or anything like that you want to know about Sandon, about sobriety, about the life in the Kootenays, comment below, okay? Comment below. Happy to answer them, all right? Mwah. Peace out, guys, and here's to sobriety, 138 days. Thanks, guys.